Hey everybody, Kevin Baylor, CTO, Managing Partner of Alliance IT. And if you've been living under the rock, you probably don't know, but hopefully you're not living under the rock. Windows 11 is coming. Yes, Microsoft lied. Back in 2015 when they said Windows 10 was going to be the last operating system ever. No, we all knew that was not true. God bless the marketing department. Anyways, Windows 11 is coming. Why are we talking about it now? Yes, it's probably not going to be released until October 20th, give or take, something like that of this year. But we're talking about it now because we know you procrastinate. You do. How long was it before you upgraded Windows 7 to Windows 10? And I know you probably skipped the whole Windows 8 thing. So let's start talking about it. Let's plan for it. Get it in the budget. Microsoft may be putting screws to you on some hardware changes. So let's talk about that. The free upgrade is going to be rolling out here, probably November, December timeframe, around the holidays, somewhere in there. Like I said, speculation, around October, potentially October 20th, give or take. It'll be released in the wild and new PCs will be available with it. Obviously, dates and times can change, but stay tuned on that. You can go out. There is a Windows 11 system requirements list out there. There's also compatibility documentation, and there's a little tool you can run to see whether or not your system is compatible. So one of those compatibilities that may catch a few people off guard, or a lot of people we potentially suspect, is the TPM 2.0 requirement. So it's a security chip, it's a hardware. It may or may not be enabled. You may or may not have it. So that's one of the things. If you go out and run this compatibility checker, it may fail because you have TPM disabled. So that's something you might have to enable in your BIOS. And even after you enable it, it may or may not pass the checker. So this is one of the things we're going to be watching over the next few months, what Microsoft does with this. What marketing is saying and what engineering is saying is a little bit of two different stories right now. So it's something to keep an eye on, and is why we want to start talking about it now, to get some education out there, at least get some information out there, make everyone aware that if you haven't heard, it is coming. Yes, there's a lot of rumors and a lot of stories about what it's really going to look like. And what you can use it on. So for you Mac fans, Windows 11 is going to be more Mac-like. If you've seen some of the preview screenshots, definitely starting to look more like a Mac world. For you Mac haters, sorry, the world's coming together. Kumbaya in the operating system world, I think, maybe, but we'll see. So in addition to that TPM 2.0 requirement, there are going to be some CPU requirements as well. And again, those are a little sketchy on what those soft floor, hard floor requirements will be with those processors. So we'll keep you posted and keep your eye on the news and all of that. But one of the things that we're somewhat concerned about with what Microsoft did with Windows 11 and some of these requirements we're hearing is you can go out and buy a brand new Surface Studio 2, $3,500, $4,000, something like that. Potentially, even more depending on how you configure it. And that might not be Windows 11 compatible. So, yeah, Microsoft, what are you doing? Obviously, Windows 10 is going to be around, for a few more years. It's not going to be end of life yet, so you do have time. But start budgeting. If you have some really old systems, you really need to look at, okay, when do I start implementing Windows 11? If you have some specialized software, obviously you're going to need to do some testing. So get with your IT department or get with your IT provider and start talking about where these hardware upgrades are going to come into play, where the software upgrades are going to come into play. This is going to be a little bit bigger of a game changer. So let's make sure we start planning for it. And in the meantime, hey, get used to a Mac world. See ya.